Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, heaven Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programas offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
برامجنا متوفرة بالعديد من اللغات. يرجى زيارة suprememastertv.com/schedule.
The National Food Strategy, the first independent review of the UK food system for 75 years, recommended that the UK reduces its meat consumption by 30% by the year 2032. And also the Climate Change Committee has called for a 20% reduction in all types of meat and dairy by 2030, rising to 35% by 2050.
Insightful initiatives, the School Place program, and plant-based universities. Part 1 of 2. Continue watching to find out more.
Vegan, diet of the strong.
Hola means hi in Spanish, the official language of Panama. I'm Oka. The peaceful people of Panama favor a detached, eco-focused existence that respects all lives and all that noble Mother Earth bestows upon us. May you experience the boundless grace and light of heaven every day, in every way. Inspiring viewers, welcome to today's show, Insightful Initiatives, the School Plates Program and Plant-Based Universities, Part 1 of 2. We report today on the exciting development that has enhanced the meal service options in the United Kingdom's school system. On today's show, we will learn of this amazing School Plates program from one of its proponents, Mr. Jimmy Pearson, vegan, the director of VEG UK. Let us acquaint ourselves with VEG UK, a chapter of VEG International that has the bold mandate to inform the public about matters related to food and to reduce the global consumption of animals by 50% by 2040. VEG UK was founded by a former lawyer and journalist, Jimmy Pearson, vegan, who envisioned that all meal services in the country would provide simple, delicious vegan meals. This transformation has its roots, and it took one challenge. In 2016, a housemate challenged Mr. Pearson to eat a vegetarian diet for a week, and he took up the gauntlet.
I went vegan about 6 years ago, and before that, I ate meat and dairy as often as I could. I wasn't in any way connected to environmental issues, nor was I passionate about animal welfare or animal rights, not in any way. It was only because a housemate at the time asked me to go vegetarian for a week, and I did it just to join him, and that just sort of opened the door to learning a bit more about it. I learned about the dairy industry, and within no time, I was vegan, and it was a very quick transition for me. And that flicked the switch to connecting to animals as well and animal rights.
Mr. Pearson felt strongly about the rights of animal people, and as a father of a daughter soon to enter school, Mr. Pearson felt compelled to take action. What if veganism could be implemented in school? He methodically studied the government policies and regulations covering food services provided in schools, namely the requirements for school food regulations established in 2014. Under the requirements, Schools must feed the students a nutritious and balanced diet, use sustainable and local ingredients, and foster an environment which is conducive to healthy eating habits.
There is guidance for schools called the School Food Standards in the UK. And at the moment, they make sure, in that guidance, schools have to serve dairy every day and meat 3 times a week. Now, we're trying to work with the Department for Education to update these standards, which we argue are out of date and not fit for purpose anymore. We've had a number of discussions with them, and we're hoping to be involved when these standards are updated. So that's the main piece of legislation that we're trying to influence at the moment, the school food standards.
As a first step on this discovery mission, Mr. Pearson contacted the local authorities overseeing the responsibility of the food services in schools, food companies, catering managers, and catering teams.
Well, in the UK, we focus almost exclusively on trying to change school food. So we're working mostly with local authorities, and by that I mean local councils, local government. And it's these bodies that have the responsibility for the food in multiple schools, multiple primary schools. So we're working with mostly the catering managers, the catering teams within local authorities. We sometimes also work with companies that are working, that are providing products into schools. But in the most part, it's catering managers, catering teams to help them to embrace more plant-based food in schools.
Of course, changes at the policy level require a lot of effort and time. To persuade the local authorities, ProVeg UK was asked for evidence-based facts and proven practices on many fronts.
The strongest argument that we have to try and persuade local authorities and schools to work with us is environmental arguments, climate reasons. The National Food Strategy, the first independent review of the UK food system for 75 years, recommended that the UK reduces its meat consumption by 30% by the year 2032. And also the Climate Change Committee, which is the government's leading, official climate change advisor, has called for a 20% reduction in all types of meat and dairy by 2030, rising to 35% by 2050. And these two calls for meat reduction from experts are really helpful in encouraging local authorities to work with us.
Mr. Pearson and his team, with their stamina, strategy and data, made headway, and local authorities agreed to pilot the concept. This initial victory led to the amazing result of the implementation of the School Plates program. So what approach led to such overwhelming outcomes?
We reach out by email, and we reach out not on an individual school level, but to the local authority. We have to do lots of research to find out who the right person to speak to is, find their email address, and then we send lots of emails out, and the response has been overwhelmingly positive. It really has surprised us how open they are to changing menus. We're working with 27 local authorities now in the UK on menu change, and they are responsible for the catering in about 3,000 schools, over 3,000 now. And that's about 400,000 children who are eating school food based on our menus.
With the first part of their work now behind them, the real work begins in building a prototype or business model that could prove scalable, deployable, simple to monitor, and most of all, sustainable. The size of the student population warranted a team approach across the board. As such, ProVeg UK established partnerships and work protocols with all stakeholders, food producing and logistic companies, food retailers, and various operators, while also handling the market research and data analysis mandates.
We have a dedicated food industry and retail team, which works with international companies, manufacturers, retailers, providing a range of kind of consultancy services really to help them on their ingredients, on their supply chains, but also we're a provider of information, market data, consumer reports. We carry out research and produce reports, and we provide these to big companies.
Vegan. How else to show respect to all the benevolent saints and sages?
Cheerful viewers, let's take a moment to thank Heaven for providing a wide variety of vegetables, fruits, grains, and herbs that support our very existence in a myriad of ways. We are forever grateful to the Most High for His creation. Please stay tuned to Supreme Masters Television. Welcome back, gentle viewers. You are watching Insightful Initiatives, the School Plates program and Plant-Based Universities, Part 1 of 2. Let us now find out how ProVeg UK was able to extend its campaign and inform national food regulations at a federal level. We will also examine the works of ProVeg International to promote the switch to veganism in various parts of the world. As indicated by Mr. Pearson, ProVeg UK stems from ProVeg International, an organization launched in 2017 in Germany, now with more than 200 team members globally.
Well, ProVeg International is a global food awareness organization, and its mission is to reduce the global consumption of animals by 50% by the year 2040. And ProVeg UK is one of 9 country branches that make up ProVeg International. And we do different things in different countries, but in the UK we focus mostly on school food.
ProVeg UK has joined with the Plant-Based Food Alliance UK in presenting a formal request to the UK government, set as a priority, a food strategy that truly answers the unprecedented challenges caused by the climate crisis. This call aligns with the recommendation of the UK government climate advisors, who have suggested a reduction of animal people meat of 30% by 2030.
We have launched offices in multiple countries, and what we're able to do with that internationalization is once we've launched one campaign in one country, we can scale it and introduce it in another country with much less effort required, because a lot of the background work is done. We really focus on corporate engagement, working with companies, particularly international companies. We think that really helps. Trying to influence policy at an EU level and at a UN level is also at the heart of what we do. We've got registered status with the UN, and it means that we've got a voice to be heard at COP27, the UN Climate Change Conference. Yeah, so we think it's corporate engagement, policy work that can really help us internationally.
We sincerely thank Mr. Jimmy Pearson, vegan, and all the members of ProVeg UK and ProVeg International for this insightful and beneficial initiative. For more information on ProVeg UK, please visit proveg.com/UK.
I'm vegan. I was just brought up that way, to care about animals and think about the food we eat. I've always found some really good connections among people who are vegan or vegetarian. Daniel C., vegan.
Generous viewers, thank you for watching our show today. Please join us again on Thursday, December 15th, for the second episode of Insightful Initiatives, the School Plates Program and Plant-Based Universities, Part 2 of 2. Coming up next is God's Grace and World Prayer for a Total Global Change, Part 5 of 6, on Between Master and Disciples, right after noteworthy news. May your noble switch to the vegan diet bring you ever more rewards in all aspects of life, here and beyond.
Be vegan. Make peace. Do good deeds. Hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/VEG.